Good morning, Texas. We are here at ACL, joined by the band SUSTO. So how are y'all doing today here at ACL?
Doing well, thank you for having us. Happy to be here.
So y'all went on yesterday evening. How did it go? How was the ACL experience in the audience?
It was great. I think it was one of our best shows of this whole tour. It was great. So it's our first time at ACL, and we played a couple of major festivals before, but this one's very unique and really fun. The stage is really cool. Everybody's been very nice, and we've had a great time.
So how did y'all get started in the music industry? We can pass this around, whoever wants it.
I feel like everybody in the band has a very different story. I went to school for music and moved to Charleston, which is where we're all from, for that. And just being involved in the music community introduced me to everybody here, you know, and that's really it.
We all have different backgrounds. I have a touring band background. I've been touring in bands since I was like 17, so for about 10 years. And then Johnny has been moving around playing music and recording himself a lot, and Jenna's been involved in music. And then we're all kind of from different areas. Jenna's from New York, Johnny's from South Dakota, and Corey and I are from South Carolina. Our drummer, who's not here unfortunately today, but he's from Atlanta. So we all have our different paths that led us to Charleston, and everybody kind of moved to Charleston with the intention of like recording and making music. And we found each other. We all lived in the same neighborhood, and here we are.
Wow, so I saw that you have a wide range of genres of music. Is that something that goes into play for that, because you guys are all from different areas? Or what sparked that?
I don't know. I think it's just being inspired by a bunch of different artists who play different styles of music. I don't think it's as much location-based, but could be too. You never know. I think we're just inspired by a lot of different people.
We are a morning show that we air live at 7 a.m. every Wednesday. Who out of all of y'all, and the drummer included since they're not here, would you say is the most likely to be a morning person? Y'all too?
Yeah. I wake up like pretty much. Oh my God. I wake up like pretty much at like 8:30 or 9, regardless of how much sleep I've gotten. And we got to wake up for the continental breakfast. Yeah.
Yeah, we generally wake up hours before the rest of them. And I personally, for me, it's like my own personal time, because I can wake up and then walk around and like be by myself, because otherwise we're locked in a van for hours on end. And like I know Johnny and Marshall like to sleep until the last minute. You know, like we're
I'm
literally,
in between.
yeah.
I'm in between.
Justin sometimes wake up.
I'm like a 9 a.m. guy.
Yeah.
Even like me and Corey woke up at 12 the other day, and we're like, how are we still the first ones up? It was like,
No way. So obviously, since you are a band, you travel together, there's probably become some times where maybe silly things happen or you get annoyed with each other. Is there a funny story you could possibly tell me about a time that maybe an argument happened, but you look back at it now and it's pretty funny?
I think one about like going into Missoula with Tony Dong.
For the most part, we actually get along really well. I think we have a very, like, everybody in the band is like different enough, and we have like a varied age group of it's a whole span of 10 years, and you know, different experiences, different types of people. We're all different signs too, so we all kind of like work together well. There's one time that Jenna was just talking about where we had this old van that we were in, and it was broken down in Montana, and it broke down I think in Spokane, Washington, and then we were like, well, we kind of like rigged it up to where we thought maybe we could make it somewhere, and like half the band didn't really want to do it, and the other half of us were like, well, we got to make the show, we can't get held up, but it was not an argument though, it was more or less just like
It was also in the middle of winter, and we had to go over mountain passes, and we were like, I don't want to get stuck on the side of a mountain without cell phone reception and be in this broke-ass van, you know.
Luckily, we had a documentary crew with us at the time, and I think the fact that they had a car following us made us be like, okay, well, we'll try it, because if we get broken down, then at least we had this car and they can take us somewhere. We ended up making it.
Yeah.
But it was perilous for sure. Yeah, that van has since died. It's gone the way of the
Rest in
buffalo.
peace.
Yeah.
So basically, you blame it all on the van, right?
It was the van, yeah.
It was the van. It wasn't any of y'all. It was the van.
It was stress induced by the vehicle that we all had to be in. So I mean, but like I said, most of the time we get along fairly well. I mean, like every now and then somebody gets a little hangry or a little tired or whatever, but there's not a lot of we're very fortunate to get along so well, I think.
Yeah, that is awesome because I mean it does take teamwork. I mean if one person's
Yeah.
not there, then. But so where do you get the name SUSTO? Where did the name come from?
Well, so SUSTO, I guess I'll answer that because I kind of like started this project looking for musicians to work with, and eventually we all kind of came together. But as a lyricist, I was kind of writing songs and going through a time in my life that was very kind of traumatic, and I didn't feel like myself. And I discovered the term susto, which is a Spanish word for fright or fear or even like panic attack. But then I looked deeper in the fact that like susto is a folk illness in Latin America, and how it's like when a traumatic event happens to you and you have susto and you're kind of like you're not yourself. Your soul is kind of hovering or separated from your body for a while, and then eventually it finds its way back. But it just felt very fitting for the time in my life that our first record was written about. And so it was really, the band name was kind of an afterthought. Even the album name was an afterthought because we just thought of this collection of songs as like a collection of songs that were from a SUSTO period, And then we're like, wow, well, there's not a band with the name SUSTO, so which is kind of incredible because it's such a common word in Spanish. So we went with it, and we've loved becoming SUSTO,
Wow. Well, thank you for that. That's just such a deep meaning. Some other people will be like, well, the name was just cool, so we came up with it, or, but I mean, it's just really cool that you open up about that, just sharing. And yeah, definitely, I recently learned that susto means scare in Spanish. And so I was wondering, so our show's called Good Morning Texas. So I was wondering if all of you could say, we're SUSTO and you're watching Good Morning Texas, and then do your best, maybe frightening face or scare face right after. Does that sound like something y'all can do? Okay, so you hold the mic in the middle, and then whenever y'all are ready, can you count off to 3 and then say.
Let's just say it. What do we say? Let's say we're SUSTO and you're watching Good Morning Texas, and let's just immediately go.
How scared?
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
On a scale
Like
of 1
scared
to 10,
at
We're SUSTO and
1,000.
you're watching
Yeah.
Good Morning
What
Texas.
on a scale of 1 to 10 is 1,000.
Yeah. And we should
And
look at the camera.
back and watch.
Alright.
Ready? Whenever y'all are ready.
1, 2, 3.
We're SUSTO and you're watching Good Morning Texas.